Yes, I know Overwatch isn't dead or completely fallen yet, but I don't think anyone can argue that it's not doing too well right now. Hey there, I'm Aki, and oh boy, there's a lot to talk about here. I can already see the comments. Aki, what do you mean Overwatch isn't dead yet? But Aki, they're making Overwatch 2. But Aki... Yes, but I don't think that's going to change anything. Let's just quickly go over how it all started. Somewhere in early 2015, Jeff Kaplan pitched his idea of the hero shooter to his bosses. And apparently it was good enough, because in October, the Overwatch beta started. And then in 2016, the game got released, and basically in Overwatch, you can choose from a multitude of different characters that all feel unique to push or hold back a payload, or to defend or attack a point. It instantly blew up and had 7 million players in the first week. That's a lot. Back then, Blizzard was one of the most respected game developers. Yeah, I know, it's hard to believe. But they created World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, Diablo, and so many other things that people loved. And didn't really screw up that much. Yet. So, players loved this game and were sure it was headed in a great direction because, I mean, it's Blizzard. They can't possibly screw this up, right? Well. Overwatch started with 12 heroes, most of them characters meant to deal damage. There were a few different maps, a few different game modes, and that's basically it. Still, players loved it, and over time, more characters, game modes, maps, and so on were added. Blizzard released a new hero around every 4 months, which gave you a lot of new ways to play the game and kept it fresh. They also brought out periodical events for like Christmas or Halloween or whatever, and that also helped to keep the players active. But, like with any competitive game, people got really invested in it and complained about balance, certain heroes being too strong, whatever, all the time. And honestly, the devs didn't really do a great job at addressing this. Instead of listening to the well thought out posts and suggestions, they listened to whoever screamed the loudest. Still, most people were overall pretty happy with the game for a couple of years. After a while though, not so much. The developers changed a few major things about the game, reworking heroes, forcing people to run 2 of each role, and so on. Not only that, but they started the Overwatch League, a competitive esports scene they focused, in my opinion, way too much on. So now instead of balancing the game around the 90% of players in the lower ranks, they changed it to be fair for only the top few players. So, I mean, what are you doing? You're kind of just screwing over 90% of your player base, Blizzard. And, well, that's of course not great for casuals, you know? Also, hosting a massive esports league, of course, also drains resources from the company that are not going towards the game. Something else we didn't know back then, development of Overwatch 2 slowly started, which means there was way less content coming out. The same recycled events, less new heroes and balance updates. Twitter was going crazy. So, this is basically what started going wrong. Now, I don't think Overwatch has fallen yet, but I do think it's currently falling. They're focusing too much on the esports scene and leaving behind the majority of the player base. They're putting all their effort into Overwatch 2, which is fine. But there hasn't been a new hero in over a year. What are you doing, Blizzard? Like, come on, that's not how you keep a community active. If you don't want Overwatch 1 to die before Overwatch 2 comes out, you have to give us something. I think if you worked on a hero or 2 even in that year, maybe Overwatch 2 would be late by a few months. And if that's the price for keeping your community happy and the game alive, I think it's worth it. Oh yeah, in Overwatch 2 they're changing the standard game modes from 6-6 to 5v5 and completely rebalancing all of the roles as well. And this is just purely my opinion, but I don't like the direction they're taking it. They're changing all the tanks into bruisers, so basically DPS with more health. Removing almost all stuns, and just generally changing the pace of the game to be a lot quicker. I enjoy slow fights with lots of coordination, strategy, healing, resurrections, whatever. 20-second fights are just super boring to me, and it seems like that's what they're going for. I mean, yeah, of course, this is just my opinion, but yeah, not really my thing, and I don't think I'm the only one. Also, of course, existing friend groups will have a hard time because, well, one of them can't play with the others anymore. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Yeah, they kinda screwed up big time last month. So, in case you didn't know, there were major sexism allegations against Blizzard, very bad allegations against employees that I can't mention because YouTube, and more. It got to a point where they are even changing the name of one of the heroes in the game that they named after an employee that was involved in this. So Jesse McCree will have a different name very soon. Oh yeah, and just before all of this, Jeff Kaplan, which was basically the face of Overwatch, left the company. It's not going well for them right now. This whole thing was so bad that many people took a day off of streaming Overwatch on Twitch or playing Overwatch in general. And of course, a lot of people also uninstalled the game. So that's basically where we're at right now. Can Blizzard make a comeback? Of course. Do I think they will? Somehow, I doubt it. But let's hope I'm just pessimistic and they all do everything great and we get an amazing Overwatch 2. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. If you want some fancy merch, I got some. And huge shout out to my awesome supporters. Callum Wally, Capital Clyde, Jeff the Sea Dragon, Ripe Cucumber, Tony House, and Wynock. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I'll see you next time. Goodbye!